friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sitting down and I'm going to talk to you about some Sephora sale recommendations. The sale is right around the corner and I'm here to recommend some of my favorite items that I have been loving recently. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear about some recommendations for the upcoming Sephora sale, then let's go ahead and get started. So it is that time of year again where the Sephora sale is back. They're calling it their holiday savings event this time around. I will go ahead and have the informational picture that Trendmood posted on her Instagram a while back for you to see, but the sale starts November 5th for Rouge members, and depending on what tier you are of their reward system program, it depends on what you get off. So if you are just a insider, you get 10% off, and their dates are a little bit different. If you are a VIB, you get 15% off, and then if you are Rouge, you get 20% off, and it starts November 5th. I will definitely make sure I have all the information listed down below for you in case you are curious and you hadn't heard about it, and the code is YAYHOLIDAY. So that will be the code that you need to put in online for you to get that percentage off. So like I said, I will definitely make sure I have all the information linked down below for you in case you were curious. I'm also gonna have my other two recommendation videos linked down below for you as well in case you haven't seen them or you want to check them out. It's kind of really hard for me to believe that I've had my channel long enough to be on my third round of recommendations and wishlist videos. I just think that's a little wild, but I fully support all the other recommendations I put in those other two videos. I went back and took a look, checked them out, and was thinking like, do I still recommend these products? And I definitely do. And I'm not really going to repeat any of those other products minus one. We'll get to that in a second. So definitely make sure you check out those other two videos if you want more recommendations or anything like that. So let's get started on some products that I'm loving that I don't know, man, I recommend to you. If you're shopping the sale, I feel like these would be good products for you to pick up. I'm going to kind of say why I love all of them and why I recommend them. And then obviously it is at your discretion to decide if you think that that product would be good for you, your skin type, your skin tone, all of the above. The first thing I want to start off with is something that I did put in my last recommendations video, but I just want to give it like an honorable mention just really quickly here at the start. But it is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. In my last recommendations video, I had the mini, and I was saying that I was going to pick up the full size in that last sale, and I did. And as you can see, I'm like halfway done with it. This setting spray is so lovely. I definitely recommend getting it on sale because it is a little pricier. You'll notice like, well, Sephora's already pretty bougie, but you'll notice that like a lot of these products are rather bougie, rather expensive items, because if it's gonna be on sale, you might as well treat yourself and get some money off those like expensive products, you know what I mean? But this setting spray, it's awesome. It just sets your makeup down very nicely. It really does, I feel like, help my makeup hold on and wear really nicely throughout the day. I have it on my face today. It gives a little sheen and glow to your skin, but nothing crazy, nothing like too oily or anything like that. And it doesn't make your face oilier, if that makes sense. It really just sets your makeup down and helps it last all day long. So I love this. And they also have a mini. So if you don't want to invest in the full size, you can pick up the mini to test out. That's what I did at first. Use the mini completely up and bought the full size because it's that good. I tried to use a lot of these products on my face today to kind of like show them in action. So let's go ahead and talk about the eyeshadow palette that is on my eyes. This baby right here. It is the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. So she's $78. She's pricey. She's expensive, I know. And I actually did get this 20% off during the Friends and Family sale about a month ago or so. So I definitely don't recommend getting this full price for the $78. That's why it's in my sale recommendations video, because I really do think it's an amazing palette. I love it, but I would get it on sale if you can. This palette, I have quite a few videos on it on my channel. I can have linked in the eye and down below for you. I did a full first impressions video swatching, show you all of the colors, and I did an eye look in that video. And then I also went ahead and did a 1 week 1 palette with this and did 5 completely different looks with this palette, and then this one here now. So really I've done like 7 looks on my channel. Well, I guess I didn't like do this look on my channel because I don't have a get ready with me, but it was like the simplest look ever. I will show you how I did it. But this is the inside of the palette. These shades are just stunning. It only has 4 mattes. So if you are someone who is a very matte heavy sort of eyeshadow applier, this is definitely not going to be the palette for you. But with Pat McGrath, what really stands out in her collection, in her eyeshadow formulation, is her shimmer shades, her topper shades, all of those. This doesn't have any of those like special shades, the 4 at the end of her Mothership palettes. This doesn't have any of those, but honestly, I'm fine with that. I've been in store and swatched some of those in the past and they just seem like glitter toppers. I feel like ColourPop Super Shock shadows could give you a very similar effect. Don't come for me if you love those shadows. I'm so sorry. I don't know. They were just super, super glittery from what I have personally swatched. I do not own any of them though, so maybe on the eyes they would be different. Anyways, I love this palette. It is so stunning and it does have quite a few different formulations of the eyeshadows. Obviously it has those 4 mattes, but it has like really super glittery shimmer shades. It has just plain shimmer shades. It has more satiny shades. And the color story is stunning. Like, yes, there are some pops of color with like this gold, this deep dark color, this blue right here, the orange, the green, but this is still super, super wearable. I tried to show in my 1 week 1 palette 5 very wearable shades. One of them was like a pretty bold and like smoky eye using this shade right here, but the other 4 I feel like were pretty wearable. I've used all of the shades on my eyes except for this gold and then this blue, and all the other ones perform so beautifully. The mattes blend wonderfully. They're pigmented, so be a little careful, and I really, really highly recommend using a glitter glue with these because they're gonna have fallout. But I think if you do use some sort of glitter primer, the shimmers will really adhere to your eye and you won't really have any issues. So here's a little bit closer look of my eye look today. 2 shades, you guys, that's all I used, 2 shades. I went ahead and used this more like mauve-y, deeper pink up here. I put it lightly into my crease, and then with a little bit denser of a brush, I packed on my outer corner and up into the crease, and then I used this shimmer right here all over my lid, and it is just so impactful and shimmery and pretty. I did obviously add a wing liner and then did put a little bit of my highlight in the inner corner, but other than that, that was it. 2 shades. If you're curious about anything else on my face, I will talk about some of it because quite a few of these products I do have on my face that I'm going to talk about, but anything else I don't mention will always be listed and linked down below for you guys in case you're curious. But yeah, this palette, pricey and bougie, stunning though, highly recommend, love it. I talked about that palette for a really long time. Emily, you cannot talk about all of the products for that long or this video will be an hour long. I cannot have that. So sticking with Pat McGrath, the next thing I want to recommend from her and her line is her blushes. Her blushes are stunning. I have been raving about this one right here for quite a while. These are her Skin Fetish Divine Blush, and this is in the shade Flirtatious. So I went ahead and picked this up from the Pat McGrath website quite a while ago, back in June actually. I like splurged and treated myself for my birthday. So I've had this since June, and if you can tell, the embossing on it is like coming off. Like I have been going hard on this blush. I love it. Again, it's in the shade Flirtatious. It's the most beautiful neutrally pink shade. This one you do have to build up quite a bit, but it is the lightest one. The other ones I have in my collection are a little bit more pigmented. You don't have to build them up as much. So she has the single ones right here, which are $38. But if you don't want to spend $38 on one blush, I understand. I do. So for the holiday right now, she has these trios. These are her Divine Blush and Glow Trio, and I picked up the shade Galactic Sun. So it comes with 2 blushes and a highlight. So these are the 2 blushes right here. This one is Divine Rose, this one is Desert Orchid, and then she also has a highlight in the trio, and this is called Golden Nectar. This Divine Rose shade is actually the blush that I have on my face right now. These retail for $54. So if you can see, the pans are definitely different. Like you are going to be getting more in the single for $38 than you are in the trio for $54. However, this is definitely a better deal because you're getting 2 blushes and a highlight. So that's just kind of like your decision, what you want to purchase, what you want to buy. I love this. I'm really, really glad I picked it up. I will say the highlight doesn't really work super well on my skin. It just is a little bit too gold. I don't know. I just don't love it. But the 2 blushes are stunning. They do not have to be built up as much as Flirtatious does. They just kind of go on your cheeks very nicely, very pigmented, but they blend out and they're not too pigmented. Every time I wear these, I'm like never disappointed. They just give such a ethereal, beautiful blush to your cheeks that looks natural, and it just looks like you're blushing from within. And I cannot recommend these blushes enough. They are stunning. Alrighty, next up we have another eyeshadow palette, but it is the only other eyeshadow palette I have in this video, and it is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette. When this first launched, I was like not interested in it at all. I didn't understand the 2 blush shades on the side. These shades are really not unique. Like you probably, if you have a larger collection, you probably have these eyeshadow shades in your collection already. You probably have very similar blush shades. However, when I first saw this in person, I opened it up and I just was blown away by how beautiful it looks in person. I feel like photos and even videos of this palette don't do it justice. I love this. I think it is absolutely stunning. Word of warning though, very, very pigmented. The matte eyeshadows are super, super pigmented. They are blendable, but they are pigmented. Along with these blushes, this one I have to be like so careful with, or I look like a clown applying it. This one's a little bit better on my fair skin. Obviously, they did 2 different shades to try to encompass all sorts of skin tones, which I totally understand, and I love that they did that. And as far as the shimmers, they will be shimmery and impactful and look beautiful, but I do want to say they are softly pressed and they have quite a bit of fallout. I highly recommend using a glitter primer and doing your eyes first if you're going to pick up this palette, because if not, you will have fallout on your face. And I mean, if you're okay with glitter fallout on your face, then that's fine. I personally don't love that and it kind of drives me crazy. So I definitely use the glitter primer and do my eyes first. These shades are just beautiful. They go on the eyes stunning. I feel like the color story is so cohesive. They pretty much all go together, and then the blushes match any eye look that you would want to make. This is $55. Again, that's why I'm recommending it for this sale. I don't think you should get it full price. I did get this at the Ulta that I work at, so I did get my employee discount off of it. So I don't recommend you paying the full $55. However, if these are shades that you think you will wear, I really do think it's even more stunning in person. And if you picked it up, I don't think that you would be disappointed. Up next, we have a product that, if you watch me regularly, you probably will not be surprised that this is in this video. It is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Bronzer. You guys, this bronzer is just stunning. It's so stunning. I bought it during the last Sephora sale, and if you can see, I have like a pretty big dip in it. Like, do you see that dip right there? Like, yo girl has been using this bronzer to death the past like 6-ish months that I've had it in my collection. I ended up picking up the shade 2 medium. I thought 1 fair was just gonna be too light, and I'm really glad that I picked up medium, even though I am pretty fair. It is the bronzer that I have on my face today. It really just goes on your face so flawlessly, like the name. Airbrush Flawless is a perfect name for it. It just goes on so nicely. It's stunning. The shade is stunning. The formulation is stunning. This pan is huge. It will last you forever. This baby's $55. $55 for a bronzer is pretty ridiculous in my opinion. However, if you're gonna get it on sale, why not? You know what I mean? The packaging is absolutely stunning. Like I said, it's huge. It will last you forever. I have raved about this so many times on my channel. If you want to splurge, treat yourself, and you need or want a new bronzer in your collection, this one is just chef's kiss. Next up, I have a couple of primers to talk to you about. The first one is the Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. So I just have this little mini size, but I'm gonna definitely pick up a full size in the sale because I love it that much, and I'm almost gone. I feel like I have like this much left. This primer is so stinking good. I did not like the putty one in the disc. I bought it a couple years ago and used up the whole thing, and I was not impressed with it at all. So then when they came out the liquid version, I was like, not interested. But I got a couple samples with Sephora points and I fell in love. Bought this mini, pretty much have used the whole thing up, and like I said, I'm gonna purchase the full size. It does kind of a little bit of everything. It does a little bit of pore filling, a little bit of smoothing, a little bit of hydrating. It just gives your face the perfect canvas, hence the silk canvas name of it. It just gives your skin and your makeup the perfect canvas to then apply your foundation, concealer, powder, everything else over top of it. I do have it on my face today. I just feel like it gives the most beautiful finish. It's like the perfect primer. Like I said, it does a little bit of everything. Again, it comes in a mini, so if you don't want to splurge on the $52 full price one, full size one, I totally understand. You can try the mini out. If you need like super hydration, I don't think that this would be good for you. However, I do have dry skin and I still love this, and I still think it works out wonderfully for my skin. And it does give me personally enough hydration. And I feel like even if you were oily, I think you would like this as well. It is so good. So the next primer is another bougie expensive primer, and it is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This is oil-free and it has broad spectrum SPF of 15. I think that's nice that it has SPF in it. It's just an extra layer. This is definitely not enough SPF. Anything in your primer or your foundation is not enough SPF. You are definitely going to want to be wearing other sunscreen on top of all of that, or under all of that actually. But if you need your makeup to stay on and look flawless all day long, this baby will do it. I had a mini of this from last year's Sephora birthday gift. used up that mini, and obviously, as you can see, went on to purchase the full size. This one is a little bit more of like a lotiony, hydrating-y sort of primer. So if you need a hydration, I would go with this one. But if you just want something to just smooth your skin out, make it look perfect all day long, definitely go with this one. This one is way more smoothing than the Tatcha, and it really does make my makeup look flawless all day long. If I need it to last through pretty much anything, this baby will do it. It's oil-free, so it doesn't add oil to your face. And I don't know, there's just something special about this primer. It has been hyped and talked about for a while, and for good reason. Every time I use this, I have an amazing makeup day, and it also wears well with a ton of different foundations and concealers and all of that. Both of these, I really don't think you could go wrong with either one. Only a few more products and then we are done. Next up, I have a couple concealers to talk about. The first one is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I've been using this nonstop on my channel. I've been talking about it for quite a while. I bought this back in I feel like July, and it is almost gone. Like, I have used it all summer, used and abused this concealer. It is so creamy and hydrating. If you struggle with your under eyes looking dry or crepey or anything like that, I really highly recommend this concealer. It will still crease in your under eye lines if you have any, which you probably do because you're human, because any really concealer will go into under eye lines no matter what. But I feel like this doesn't do it more than any other concealer. I really like the flat paddle doe foot. I just think it's really nice to just swipe on your face. This is the shade 1.5C. This one definitely is a little bit dark for me right now. It was fine for in the summer when I was self-tanning, but I don't really self-tan in the winter, so it's a little dark for me now. But I'm gonna pick up a lighter shade in the sale. That's how much I love it. Like I said, this one is almost gone. If you can see, I am scraping to finish it up. But again, it's just creamy and hydrating, wears nicely, blends in, lasts all day long. Love this. And then the second one is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have the shade Vanilla. This is perfect for spot concealing. If you have hyperpigmentation or acne or redness or anything like that that you want to really cover up, this baby will do it. How I like to use this is I go in with this after primer and before foundation, and I just dab it on with my finger anywhere that I need to have extra coverage, usually on acne. And the best thing about this is a lot of time if you have acne on your face, it can be a little bit drying and have dry patches. So when you put something on top of it, sometimes that dryness can be emphasized. This never emphasizes the dryness or anything like that, anything weird on my face. This just kind of smooths right over it. And because it is so thick, it just covers up everything. This is another one that I bought in the last Sephora sale. And if you can tell, I have used a lot of this over the last couple of months. It is just the best for spot concealing, and that's what it's been known for years now. I was late to the game and finally tried this a couple months ago, and I have not regretted picking this up one time. If you were like me and you haven't tried it yet and you're a little late to the party, I understand, because that was me, but I'm here to tell you, the party is fun. Come on in. It's awesome. This is a beautiful product. I definitely think if you need to cover anything, this will do it. Alrighty, finishing off strong with a couple of Huda Beauty lippy products. So the first one is her cream lipstick, and this is the shade Empress. I kind of think I might pick up a couple more shades of this in the sale. I haven't fully decided yet. The fact that it's called a cream lipstick is the perfect name for it because it is just super, super creamy and hydrating on the lips. I have the shade Empress, which is just a really beautiful light tanny nude shade. I love pairing this with a deeper lip liner, and because it is creamy and has that little bit of sheen and shine to it, it's super comfortable on the lips. It lasts for quite a while for a creamy lipstick. It doesn't emphasize dryness. It doesn't emphasize lines or anything like that. I have used this lipstick to death. It looks kind of rough because it melted in my purse during a wedding we went to a couple months back, but they have a bunch of other shades if this one doesn't really work out for you or your skin tone. So lovely, so comfortable, so hydrating, so good. And then the last thing, I kind of threw this in last minute. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I figure why not, because I really have been enjoying it. And this is her Lip Contour 2.0. I have the shade Honey Beige. I got this in the Sephora Lip Favorite set. I did a whole video on it, swatches, all of that. I can have that linked in the eye down below in case you missed it. I have been wanting to try these lip liners for quite a while, so I was super excited that it came in that set. These are so good. At least this one is. This is the only one I've tried. Again, this is the shade Honey Beige. It is a beautiful, just perfect nudie sort of shade. I will say, I thought that you sharpened this pencil. So I sharpened it and I hacked it up and it looks awful. but you don't sharpen it. It's a twist. So it twists up and down. So if you get this and you're like, how do I twist this? How do I sharpen this? Don't sharpen it and ruin it like I did. Thank goodness it still works and it twists up and down, but yeah, now it's just real ugly. But this shade is absolutely stunning on the lips. It is the most beautiful nudie shade. They go on very nicely. Like they're a little bit drier, but still creamy at the same time. Like when you're applying it, it doesn't like tug or hurt your lips or too dry or anything like that. But it's not too creamy where it's slipping and sliding all around and you have no control. And it lasts for quite a while on the lips. This is another one where I'm like, should I pick up more shades? I don't know, because I like this one so much. I don't really think that this is a necessity. I think that you could get just as good of lip liners from ColourPop or Morphe. However, if you're already shopping the sale, you already get a discount, you want to try these out, I'm here to say they are lovely. And that was it, you guys. That was my Sephora sale recommendations. A couple products that I just have been loving recently or the past couple of months since I got them in the last sale. And I wanted to just kind of put it all in one comprehensive video for you to refer to in case you want to shop the sale and you wanted some ideas of what you could possibly pick up. Again, I will have my other 2 recommendations videos linked down below if you want even more recommendations from me, because I still, like I said in the intro, stand by all of those as well. I still love all those products as well. So let me know down below, are you planning on shopping the sale? I want to know, are you going to shop it? Are you going to skip it? What do you have your eye on? I would love to hear from you guys below. Other than that, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.